celebrate a connection, a way of connecting and getting your points across as a carer through creative means. So and I'm Matthew McKenzie, as you can see in the presentation here, and I'm going to be just talking just only a little bit about my book. It's the 8th one, I've been writing like crazy. The idea really is to use my books, because you can't be everywhere. So books is a great way to get your message across. And you know, my next project really is to start one to get poetry from other carers, and then get those into mental health trusts and hospitals as well. So it raises a profile as much as can, and even into different carer centres. So I'm going to be speaking really briefly about the point of this book and why. But before I do that, I just want to do a little, give a chance for people to introduce themselves. So I'm going to start with this. You're going to have to be really pretty quick though, so like just 30 seconds. A bit about this book, telling your story as a carer. And I like to collaborate with carers that want to make a difference in telling their story in the form of poetry. So why did I write this book? It's basically to give mental health carers a voice. Too often, as we all know, mental health carers can be especially unheard. We want them to tell their story. They can often be overlooked, and I know that coming from that to the big C, hence confidentiality tends to creep in when it comes to supporting a loved one. The other thing is trying to break the stigma around caring roles. It's not like you get on with it and good luck, or maybe you're the cause of someone relapsing into mental ill health, or that you're too nosy, or that you don't understand your role. So the idea is connecting through shared story and poetry. You don't have to be doing poetry, just sharing the story. It's to also show that storytelling can be a healing, insightful and empowering. The idea where we're here now, at this place, shows that we are becoming more empowered. Go back many years ago, I can remember we were at Carers Lewisham. Look where we are now. We're really making inroads into mental health, and there's more to come, trust me. Not just nationally, but globally, if I can do it. And with your support, definitely. To help carers understand not only others, but also themselves. So the reason for this is not just about this book, but my poetry, about learning from poems that you're going to perform. Obviously, there's some stuff I've passed on to others that they might want to read. But I learn from everyone here, and I want to continue with that sort of method. And often create outlets where experience, emotion, reflection can meet. Obviously, in a positive environment and positive poetry, because I know the mental care role can be draining, it can be difficult, depression. But there is joy in it, and there should be a way to give hope and positivity in poetry. I'm not saying that should be the only thing, but that's something I want to gear towards. But I don't mind if there's a poem where people want to rant and rave, because that's part of the story and it's being realistic as well. The idea of the book, and many of the other books I try and do, is to inspire others to share their truth and realise they're not alone. And as you can see, there's many here, we're all coming together. Many more, this is a base, on our basis really, and I can move around different areas. With support, also, I'm looking forward again to your events when the time comes. That's an excellent event, I've looked at. Do have a look at some point around the country, trust me. So it's to inspire others to share the truth and realise they're not alone. Their point of coming together is you're not alone, and there's a way to connect. And I'm going to start anything first, so I believe to have Karen as a carer. Do you want to come up? And I believe you wanted to start off with some poem from Lambert. But you can cope with the pressure, Karen.
And you can do it.
Yeah, you're confident.
Okay, 5 minutes you want to do it.
It doesn't have to be,
So what I'm going to read is came out of a session that we did at the Lambeth Carers Hub Mental Health Carers Peer Support Group last August. So it's almost a year ago. So we put up 2 questions that we asked everyone there to write one line about. And the first one, I haven't got it with me, was just a line about your caring role, how it makes you feel. And the second one was something that you're going to do for yourself. And the plan was, we stole this idea from Faith and Annette from the Woodsley listening event, previous November, was to have them on post-its, mix them up, and make poems out of them. But we didn't actually get that far. So in our group, people wrote things down, and then we just read them out. But sometimes they all just seem to fit together. So they were, the lines that I then passed on to Matthew, and he's very kindly included them. They're written by different people. So I'll read them. So this is from the first line. People just talking about caring. This week has been hard, so hard. I feel I care more than those who are supposed to care. I'm going to try and get some time out for myself, respite care. I'm still shocked by a relapse. Why do I do this? Maybe I've had enough. We went away last weekend. Our relative came with us, so as not to be alone. He told me on Saturday that he had cried himself to sleep. The sadness is almost overwhelming. How heartbroken and guilty I feel being too far to care. But that was, they were written by different people, but they sort of hang together. Shall I read them all? There's not.
Well, you
or I really
can
the
come.
more positive ones.
Yeah, I mean, you've got another section later on down the agenda, unless you've already got that one.
Okay, I'll move on to the second question, which brought about more positive responses. So the second question was things that people were going to do for themselves. I think what people wrote. Accepting my role, listening to myself, relaxing, exercising, above all, remembering there is a tomorrow. Packing to go stargazing. The house will be silent. Will I love it or loathe it? Carnival is freedom. Carnival is love. Getting in costume and dancing my stresses away. Sanchez, Egyptian, Maxi Priest, Shabbat. You soothed my soul and made my muscles ache. See you next year, Reggae Land. So as I say, it was last August and more than one carer was planning to go to Carnival. And from that interest, another carer in the group told us about Sunshine International Arts, which is based in Loughborough Junction in Lambeth. And following that, we had a couple of months later, because he was obviously very busy because of the season, Lorraine, who runs that organisation, came along and talked to us about the history of Carnival. So it was a nice example about how things grew out of other suggestions and of course some Carnival hairdressers and people dressed up in them.
Thank you very much, and well done.
Okay. I choose to write something on dementia, or to read something on dementia. These are poems that I've written long ago. Amongst the things I do is I attend a poetry writing group, which helps me relieve my stress, and also helps me to bring out the things that are worrying me. And the first one is a bit of a dialogue. Now, I've attended events where there are actors who do the dialogue thing, one voice for one, and then they change their voice to another. I'm no good at that. So you have to bear with me. This story is about great-grandma who had dementia. Great-grandma lived to be over 100. So you can imagine the adventures we had. Bee, can you come here a minute? Coming, Grandma, I replied, hurrying into her room. What is this? Is it for air or for hot? Said the voice from deep inside the walk-in cupboard. It's for air, Grandma, I replied to the still ample bottom sticking out of the cupboard. And there's another one right here by the bed, and another 2 downstairs, making 4. Why do you have all these fans? I don't even remember how I got some of them. But sometimes I see something that I think will be useful and buy it. Then I find I have some already. I understand that. So, can we get rid of some since you are not using them all and they are in the way? Grandma backs out of the cupboard, slightly unsteadily, and replied, I will, when I'm ready. Not ready yet. Help me take out that box so I can see what's behind it. Are you looking for something in particular? Can I help you find it? I forget what I went in there for now, said Grandma in a tiny, slightly peevish voice. That's the trouble. I forget things. Grandma, at your age, you're entitled to forget things. A 96-year-old shouldn't have all these possessions to worry about and rummage around in. You could fall over them. Are you sure I can't help? There you go again, talking about my age. I'm tired. I think I'll have a lie down now. What about all these things that you've pulled out of the cupboard?
Yeah, that's it.
Another one.
That's
when
it.
Grandma
Yeah, when
achieved 100. Great grandma of 100 was feeling low. Had to stay home, nowhere to go. Getting angry at time going really slow. What's happening outside, she wants to know. Or hear a rousing saxophone blow. So, I gave her my iPod and selected 60s music. A new great grandma emerged, strong and slick. Legs straightened, arms waved, back straightened, as blues, jazz, rock, ska, and calypso kicked in. Plus, country and western, her well-loved did. Grand's body shakes and twirls, feet tap, arms pump. We joined in and caught her around the waist, held tight, afraid she'd try to jump. Her surprise turned to laughter and happy song, as she could dance and sing all day long. Such is the power of music to a senior's ear. It brings the urge to move and soothes the carer's fear. Great grandma is not depressed, do you hear? She just needs the right tunes and a little care to feel that life fizzing in her for another year.
Brenda, I'm sorry about that. We are the ones who carry quietly, not in the headlines, not big medals, but with hands that hold us through the shaking. We rise before the sun breaks, softened every sharp morning with kindness, measuring medicine in the teaspoons and hope, translating pain when no one else speaks that kind of language. We are daughters, we are sons, we are cousins, we are neighbours, chosen or born into duty for that family. Over love doesn't clock in and our care doesn't clock out. We speak in languages that systems forget, cook meals that smell like countries never mentioned in brochures, and I think you know what I mean by that. Navigating bureaucracy with the patience of saints, because someone we love needs us too. We are not trained nurses, but we know how. We are not, whatever slight means, what silence really says. When a glance asks, am I still me? And that goes back to what you said about dementia. We do not applaud. We need to be seen. We need to be valued, to be heard in policies, in services, in every room where decisions are made, above the people we keep alive, And I think that sentence says a lot about the decisions we make by life and death sometimes regarding carers. I'm sorry to interrupt that, but I just want to make that point clear. So this week and every week, let this be known, the backbone of our care has made many shades, many names, many faces, and we are here, we have always been here, and yet we are not invisible. Thank you.
Before you
sorry.
if I actually want to ask others, actually, what does that actually mean to you? What does it mean?
I know what it means to me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that. Thank you for acknowledging me. What it actually acknowledges is what we feel in the community regarding being a caregiver for whoever it is you're caregiving for, interacting with various services, organisations, institutions, and this is how we feel. So you've definitely captured it in your poem there, Kelvin, to the T.
Yeah, and I feel we're the silent minority, aren't we? We're not heard, as it said, aren't we? We're not heard. The only time we're heard, and I mean this here, is when we're angry. Then we've got a problem. You know what I mean? Why are you angry? What's your problem? So to me, this is how this comes across. Because when I look at it, because you see, because the part with Brenda was saying about, you know, sometimes we need to be seen, we need to be valued, no matter how old we are as carers, and patients as well. But unfortunately, we are the minority, which is classed as the majority, which is classed as a minority, because I think it is about being seen and not heard. That's how it comes across to me, some of this, but that's me anyway, that's my opinion.
Well done. It's not just read the poem. It comes like you're getting into flow and acting, and that's what I like to see, the passion as well on the poetry, and I think that poem was more like the empowerment, you know, I should put it back again, the lines that stick out almost in demand. You know, we don't need applause.
Yeah.
We need to be seen. Quite curiously, we need to be valued, to be heard in policy, to change the policy, in services. It's like a march in a sense, like giving that empowerment and power to carers to say, look, this is what we do, you know, quietly. The care of all is hidden and it's very quiet. But there comes a point in time if you want to make changes, then that's what is demanded. Anyway, enough of me prattling on. The next person is Lorraine, and it would be really great to hear the poetry.
Right, so the first one I'm going to read is called Why Are We Still Waiting? Why are we still waiting after 4 months? Don't they care? What do I say to my daughter? Is there any help out there? Why am I still waiting? 2 months passed by. Sorry miss, she got rejected. I don't accept it. Don't they care? Where is the help? I know, ask Google, they might help. Oh, there's a number. Thanks for your help. When can I come? Another 2 months passes by. A telephone call from the council. We didn't forget, just low on resources. Next one's called Faith. Dear God, I need your help. Can I put all these problems on the shelf? No, don't be silly. But I just need to feed the cat. Don't worry about that. Just have faith and call on me for help.
Like sort of say a couple of words and you know why you wrote those poems and what it sort of mean to you.
The first one is, you know, when you ask for help and you're going to for a particular service that your loved one needs, you know, you kept waiting, you're ringing, you're waiting. And you know, and you reach the point of frustration where you feel like really blasting them, but you have to kind of preserve yourself because you're going to need them at some point in the future. And it's just so draining and frustrating, especially when you can see it kind of, with my daughter, it kind of worsens her situation Because, you know, in the beginning you say, oh yes, you know, just got to so-and-so, they're selling them with X, Y, Z. And, you know, 3, 4, 5 months down the line, you're still waiting. You know, and what they don't realise, it helps deteriorate their health. You know, when you're constantly waiting and banging on the door and not getting an answer.
Okay. And is that the first time you actually read it by mouth in New York?
Yeah.
You did really well. You're like a pro.
I'm not a public person.
But no, well done. This is what I want to see.
Yeah, I'm not
Confidence in
really.
school.
I just have faith because I'm Christian, so I believe in God, and you know, sometimes it's only praying to Him,
Yeah.
and I get the answers, and I do.
No.
I have to wait sometimes long, but helps me to be patient, because you really do need patience, seriously, and not get sick, because this is the thing, you're caring, you're drained caring,
Yeah.
constantly, you know, asking for help. And then you're literally hunting around, it's on the internet, ringing, looking for some other route to get the help your loved one needs, and that's what you do. You know? And
Excellent. Well done. Should give you back to another time. So what we can do, I perform a poem.
Matthew, English, or so just read that.
Yeah. I don't know, I should read in bigger font. Joe was meant to attend. She couldn't afford it because of the caring role. So I'm going to read one of Joe's poetry while someone's finishing off the thing. So I'm going to go back to that. So this is called Free Lights. I know some have seen this poem before, but I think considering what Joe Lambert does, and she's a carer from southwest London. I run a carer group over there for southwest London, and that's supported by another carer. And you know, her focus is on suicide prevention and raising awareness of dealing with situations where it can be so difficult and demanding that you need hope. So this is one of the poems that really is, you know, the flagship of what she does. Create a fairy light for hope for me. Make me feel I matter. Protect my self-respect and dignity when exhaustions make me blind. Will you be patient, gentle, kind? Shine bright the light of hope with me. Help me believe my loved one can take steps towards recovery. Will you light a candle for my dark despair? Hold in mind I feel invisible. I've lost my sense of self and my identity for years of unpaid care. Reassure me you can see my loved one's suffering often means there's no space for me. Understand I hide my needs. I have to, as another's life depends on me. I don't resent it. I push through with love. Reflect compassion back. Show sympathy. Raise high my giving. Acknowledge my staying. Honor how I found a way to cope. Showing me you care for me. Makes fairy lights of hope. And that was Joe's. She's written quite a few other poems. I'm going to stop there because we've come to the audience participation time. Put it on blank. Actually, no, what I'll do.
I'm active in the community. I'm a caregiver of a stroke survivor who has deep depression, and I'm a part of PCREF as well. I'm a part of the involvement register, and I do liaise with various services like Dazzle, Mosaic Clubhouse. Yeah, so those are some of the places that I liaise with.
You want to come over here?
Yeah, sure.
Before you say, can you read this because it doesn't make.
Yeah, I can read it. Yeah.
Brilliant. So give it up and let's see.
Even in silence, care has a voice. I have to care because I have no choice. Sometimes we share silence and easiness between us. The peaceful times, voices can help, voices can help. Carers need extra help. As carers, we need great strength and courage to do what we do. It's not easy to live as we do. A constant is needed. Someone can trust. Who's got your back and can help you speak truth to power. Need to be assertive with unhelpful services. I might be one of the... I might be one of the many, but I am still me. At times, I feel helpless. Am I doing enough? Have I failed my loved one? When promises get forgotten.
Don't even know.
Hello, I'm Wendy and I'm from Lorraine. I've got two poems for you today. The first one is quite long, I apologise, but it was first read in 2023. I think you'll recognise some of the themes. I don't think they're still valid today. I went over to see how much was outdated, and a lot of it still is very similar. I met Matthew, I've read it to nurses at Medway for training, so this is actually the third time that I've read this. I hope you recognise some of it. She's just a carer. She makes the tea. She has no job, no salary. I am that carer you seek to shame. I know my worth. We are the same. Though I have tasks to undertake, no wage increase, no formal breaks. I diarise, dispense the meds. I clean, cook, drive, I make the bed. I bathe you, dress you, bathe once more. I lift, I bend, I work my core. I wash your clothes, I charge your phone. I make sure you don't feel alone. I share your joys, I wipe your tears. I help you cope, allay your fears. I have your trust, I hold it dear. I give you hope when doubts are near. Procedures learned, I do my best. No doctor, nurse, your wounds I dress. I work all day to tend your needs. I wake at night to hear you breathe. I hold your hand, I hear you sob. Though working hard, I have no job. I see your pain, I sense your tone. My tears I shed when on my own. I pick things up, can't put things down. Complete set tasks, try not to frown. Each day, month, year, repeat, it's true. Like Groundhog Day, it's deja vu. An angel saint, I've heard it said, placating guilt inside their heads. Exhausted, spent, I'm on my knees. I raise you up, I see you bleed. With social care so broke it creaks, my needs on hold, I plug the leaks. Abused, ignored, avert your eyes and you won't see these careless cries. Lead on, I care without a wage, career on hold, can't turn the page of life. With mantra, you come first, I soldier on, with empty purse. No conscience shown, default to me, I'm just a carer, don't you see? Advantage taken, broken, choked. Believe me though, I've taken note. No doormat here, don't throw me scraps. Do not deny, don't turn your backs. Life's not a game. As you get old, you'll want great care, a hand to hold. We're tired but wise, so now take heed, we stand together, stop the greed. No warning shot, a simple fact, we're unpaid carers fighting back. Your figures show I don't exist, no money dues not on the list. When you get sick and others flee, need personal care, don't look to me. Don't count on me when in bind, despite no job, I'll just resigned. On notice now, please be aware when you need help, I'll not be there. Because now I know it's plain to see you with a job think less of me, not at the table, not in your club, not worth as much. Yes, that's the rub. Got news for you, in years to come, you'll need someone to wipe your bum, to clear your snot, to help you eat. But at your table, I'll want no seat. For all of those with no respect, you'll get no help, you'll no neglect. No one to care, no hand to hold. You'll feel afraid when you get old. So please think twice and do what's right. Your future now is in plain sight. You will need help, you'll need to trust someone who cares, someone just like us.
That's the Carer's Charter. That's the Carer's Charter. That's the Carer's Charter, isn't it? You know? Exactly. That should be in the Carer's Charter.
I think that's a keynote poem right there.
Yeah,
I agree
Carer's
with
Charter.
you.
Exactly what a carer goes through.
Sorry, I didn't say we got the title, that was just. The second poem is much shorter, and this poem is called Tell Me. This was written, I was part of the poetry group that Matthew was reviewing workshop. And I've learned a lot. So thank you, Matthew. And this poem is called Tell Me. Tell me, how are you so patient? Compassion for others run deep through our veins. Understanding is healing when life takes its toll. Too many abandoned. Hard struggles, deep pain. Peer mentors support me in my caring role. Tell me, how do you manage? When life throws a curveball, you duck or you catch. Resilience within us, it helps us to fight. So rise to the challenge, accept that tough match, then challenge decisions, keep kindness in sight. Tell me, how do you cope? Caring for others is tough, really hard. Have faith in yourself or a far greater will. The strength that is needed can catch you off guard. Endurance is needed to traverse the hills. Tell me, how do you keep smiling? Hope, love and humour to balance the day will help reach potential, the ultimate goal. While laughter keeps
The line from the Lambeth group. That's a brilliant one. And then if you think it's okay,
Yeah, you can read that, yeah.
one of Joe's.
Yeah.
Follow.
Good, yeah.
Okay, so this is, again, these were responses to the first question that we asked in that group about what did caring mean to you, what did you feel about it? So caring is tough. Carrying guilt, carrying shame. Carrying guilt, carrying shame. Why am I caring? Why am I caring? I want to be unavailable and be available for me, but I have to care. Caring felt like a happy obligation, spending time with others and learning from them. It's always a good time to rest, setting an example, writing and promoting the caring care. That's for the rest of the responses. And then I'm going to read poem 15 called The Creation of Hope, which was another one by Joe Lambert. My shoulders hunch, my head is bowed, my mind and body's broken, but my spirit's not. I'm strong inside and I will keep going. I feel proud. I hug myself, I'm all I've got. Old me's destroyed, new me's not.
Hi everyone. I wasn't too sure if I was going to make it today. I did actually register, and then I came in and he said, "Oh, we got a poem." So yeah, this is not prepared. I was just sitting down at the table and I just wrote a few lines, really a few lines. But here, who said caring was our life? Each step is a new stride. No 2 days are the same, with guilt, sadness, and shame. Work with me, help me, never ever forsake me. This week is about carers, yet every day is about carers. Sometimes I feel happy, sometimes I feel sad. But at times, it's not too bad. Spare a special thought for carers today. Our lives are always changeable in every way.
We have next Lorraine.
Forget about eating. You know, it's like we encourage our loved ones. I know my daughter. Come on, you got to eat, and you forget about yourself. So this is what like this. Tick tock, tick tock. 15 minutes to go. Oh, actually, no, I said that wrong. I should read the quote. It's about me reminding my daughter to eat. Sorry, but also to care of me. Forget to eat ourselves, don't we? But yeah, right. So tick tock, 15 minutes to go. Is it time to correct on that clock? And what have I got to show? There are 2 other telephone calls I should have made. The bin stacked with rubbish high. I sit and ponder in the shed. Feet sprawled across the sofa with a deep sigh. What dish did she say she wanted to eat? Was it chicken? Was it chips and peas or chicken? Chips and salad? Or was it even meat? There goes the alarm. Time to jump up to my feet and get her something to eat. So it's like, you know, time goes by so quickly, you think you've got, okay, remember it's an hour, but in that hour, you've got to make so much telephone calls, and, you know, you're hanging, waiting on the line for 1 or 2, could be half an hour. Before you know it, you know, you've got to wake up.
Looking forward to hearing your poetry.
Hello everyone, my name is Fidellia and my poem is called The Scars on a Young Mind. The mind and body are young, the scars are old but brutal, topped with a beautiful butterfly tattoo, fragile, sensuous and musical. She dances to the music, only she knows the tune. One imagines that the music speaks to her pain that triggers the cuts on her long, slender arm. As I sit and watch her, I want to say, dance, baby girl, dance. Dance away the pain. Dance away the tears and the hurt. Dance away all the things that make you afraid. Dance away the triggers that cause the cuts. Dance, baby girl, dance. Then she gets off the train. Thank you.
What does that poem sort of mean to you? Why did you write that one?
I wrote this poem because it's got personal meaning to me and also public experience of young people I've seen, people I work with who cut themselves, and yeah, so it's personal as well as well observed.
Thank you. Thank you.